Hello, this is Max Quester, and welcome to Max Quester Let's Plays Strange Antiquities. Last time we went through our first day on the job, got a few of these artifacts identified, and helped a few people solve a couple problems, as well as got our initial review of the shop. I think... Now then, we did get our first clue, and we also had a little block here. I think we can kind of... Looks like it's a little bit limited on where we can put things right now, but let's see. Before I do this, let me take a quick look over here. Because it looks like... Yeah, no, that looks like that's what we go happen with those things. Let's see. Well, looks like there's a repeating pattern here. I guess the best spot for this would be right here. But there's nothing else, so it doesn't seem like it'll do anything. Let's take a look at the map and take a look at this. Before, everything was like a grid-based blocking puzzle, so... But right now... Hard to say. Let's see. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. And I imagine we're looking for a jail or a prison, if that's the case. Let's take a look. Rose, Haggard Churchill, Wainwright Hospital. The old jail. And ran northwest. You mean the first building he came to? Got it! The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all, when suddenly, and unexpectedly, I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Ooh! Little blood splotches on that thing? Take a look here. Huge black gemstone streaked with red. Polished. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Weird. Okay, well, next person. Hey, I remember you. Verona Green. I remember you from the Dendew incident. Ah, well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over these ravens, and the thaumaturge left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of bed. These ravens have got under my skin, is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Ooh, a new book. Do we get multiple books to use? Hermetic Symbology by Quentin Holmes. Let's see here. Hermetic Disciplines. Each of these is split into two disciplines replaced by the following symbols. Oh boy. There's gonna be a lot to go over here. Well, let's go ahead and just leave that there for a little bit and talk to the next person. Oh wait, let's take a look at this. The occult scholar, Verona Green, from the previous game. Verona has been a constant in Undermere for as long as the streets have had cobblestones, and the churches have had bell towers. She is respected and feared, which she revels in, and she is revered and admired, which she tolerates. Her knowledge of the occult world is second to none, and her expertise has steered the citizens of Undermere away from catastrophe on more than one occasion. The near misses of the Selenic Flame and the Woken Dendew are two such events that spring to mind. Hey, Woken Dendew. She is of the opinion that no problem is so great, no obstacle is so insurmountable that it can't be diminished by a properly brewed pot of tea. That's a lovely way of thinking. Tess Sherwood, I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horn shackle might be the answer. A horn shackle. Not sure what it's going to do for you, but we can take a look. Horn shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. An example of an elaborate horn shackle. Huh. Well, let's take a look here. Hoity! Well, that's not... What do I... Phew. Polished? Not considered smooth. It's all polishing. What about this? Rough and pitted, and this part feels smooth. Wood? Wood. Nothing to remark. I guess it could possibly be this one. Let's see then. I guess it could be this guy. The only other thing I was thinking of was this guy. That's rigid and not smooth. Let's have a go with this one. Hey, looks like that was the one. The item has horns. Closer inspect reveals that the horns have been worn smooth. A Visager. Messenger? Wonder how that's pronounced. Hey, it's the mailman here. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. That's all I had to say. Well, let's see what you got for me. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm, and it's yours. For the right price, of course. Kind regards, John Royston. Okay, well, let's see if there's anything related to Mr. Royston. Let's see. Greywick Farm, Strange Horticulture. Hey, Strange Horticulture. I wonder if we can have a visit there one day. You know what? Let's just visit it. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen, right? The curious plant shop on the edge of town is a quiet haven away from the bustle of the center. Ordinarily, I'd be delighted to while away some time there, but I have important work to do. And yet, an hour later, I find myself leaving the shop with a potted palliance and a weight off my shoulders. I've been chatting with the proprietor about the similarities and differences between our two disciplines, with a gently purring hellebore curled up in my lap. Okay, we got ourselves a plant. Lovely. That was kind of a joke, but hey, I'm glad we made it happen. Okay, Wainwright Hospital, Heathwood, Lock Road, Boat Yards. Anything? Ooh, Royston Farm. That'd be number 30. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Ooh. Wonder if that has anything to do with all the ravens been dealing with here. Let's see. That's been dealt with. Let me take a look. Let's see here. Anything else I'm missing? Just want to make sure I got everything covered that I have. Good. Next customer, Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Prince's Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark on important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later, and I wanted to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. A moon heart. Let's see what we got here. There's nothing labeled moon heart. Anything... And this is the index that the proprietor mentioned before. Moonheart. Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moonhearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Okay, well, Selenic and Noctic, that's what they said, yeah? What does that mean? I mean, Noctic sounds like night, and Selenic of the night, and Selenic of the moon. Well, at least I always had that part already pretty much set. Okay, anything nightish and moonish? Let's see. Cool and smooth. That's on a vial? Blue glass. Kind of seems like it would be a vial almost, but I guess it's a rock? I don't know. Oh, no, it's glass. It must be like a teardrop of some kind. What about this? Tarnished silver. Raised detailing. Well, technically it doesn't have anything moon or nightish, really. I mean, this is pretty nighty. But then again, they probably would have mentioned this little beeping noise. Every sound has become both louder and clearer. Whoop. What's this thing? Well, an owl would be something of the night, and this thing kind of looks like a moon. Let's go with this. Yay! This is a carved totem. The owl is associated with the night, and it bears a concealed crescent shape. Using the closer inspection tool tells me it imparts a feeling of joy. Oh, I missed that part. Hogan Grim. Polished. Wait a minute. Wait, I am overcome with warm... Oh! That's interesting. See, I didn't feel anything about it at first. Before it seemed like nothing, but when I zoomed in, it looked... Maybe I'm overreading that. Let's go ahead and move this over. Kind of organize this a bit better. There we go. Get all the known items a little spread out more. Daisy Winters. A friend of mine, or a former friend I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Ooh, we have 2 options, a binding seed and Zia. Okay, so might want to have to be careful. One thing might be super bad, and one thing might be only slightly bad. Let's take a look. Binding seed. These items are made of 2 distinct materials, representing the mentic and the wixic, the mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral, encompassing the body, the seed. A binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. Let's see here. Whoops. This a little more in. Wait. Maybe that would be a thing. Let's see here. I'm thinking this one here. Dark wood and a stone. Wood entwined in stone. Which really makes sense for that thing. Although, what is... You said Mentic and Wixic mind and body? It's rock and... wood and stone kind of sounds about right to me. But what's a Zia? Oh, also I don't have to go fishing for labels. Binding seed. Let's give it a red color because it's manual. And then a Zaya. Or a Zia. Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zias are made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. And bronze and iron. There's no real... What was it saying? They have no symbol. I mean, that's kind of pretty darn symbolic there. I mean, that's really symbolic. That's very symbolic. I mean, I would say it would be this thing, but... hard to really say. It's the only thing here that doesn't really... that can be worn about the neck. And what in the world is this thing? Green marble. Sure, green marble. It's pulsing. This thing is so weird. I have nothing to remark. I have nothing to remark. Can I make it dizzy? Can I make it Oh, I can't make it dizzy. Aw. Let's give her the binding seed. I'm pretty sure that's a Zia. That's the only thing I could think of. Unless I don't have one, that's the only thing I could think of. Yay! It's a binding seed. Feature... the item is made of two materials, wood and stone. It features a spiral surrounding a seed, quote-unquote. Shield charm. I like the sounds of that. Well, we know that that is now indeed the thing, so I guess we gotta color it. Fine. Next person. Emmett Burrows. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking a libula to see us safely through. A libula. A libula. Yeah, libula. Libulae are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges knew well. Okay, so it's gonna have symbols on it. A libula. Symbols of change. Is change a thing? Or, they mentioned wisdom. They mentioned wisdom, right? That being said, an imbuement of wisdom. Wisdom. That has this. Is that this? Yeah, we got it. Oh, I didn't wait for the hints. Witch's finger. Witch's finger. I don't want a witch's finger. Hey, end of day. Woo, second day. Good cat. End day. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head, where he had sliced himself with the diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. Well, sounds like someone's having a bad day. Let's see, this pattern thing again. Whoa, that's an interesting thing. So it goes through the back of the card at first. Kind of looks like a man with his arms out and a very chubby belly. Well, wait a minute. These are all in, like, street blocks, right? Huh. It looks like... Maybe it's... Okay, it's gotta be. Okay. And then this yellow part is probably... Okay, so this is clearly a section of street. And then the yellow part would be the section that would have the artifact. So the question is... Which one of these guys would have it? It's gonna be a long section. I know that's... Oop, is it this? Oh, wait a minute. We got... Wait. I wish I could rotate this thing. Whoa, wait. That's funny. I can hold on. If I click on it, it won't move. Weird. Okay. Huh. Strange. I mean, it kind of looks like this one, but then it's got this end piece, which is not a part of that. And anything else look like this? Which, well, if it is this, then it would technically be in this house, although it's not giving me a separate selection. But yeah, I guess I got it right. There is a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly, I manage to work it loose, and when it comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long-hidden treasure. Ooh, we have two items. It's a hair and a circle. Cool. Oh, new person. Francesca Robertson. Morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm Francesca Robertson, a doctor of sorts. Oh, I noticed the scars on her cheek. I assume you heard about Mr. Hungerford. It seems to be the talk of the town already. Wait, Hungerford? Didn't we talk to a Hungerford? I'm used to dealing with the maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hopeful for an evocant will have some effect. Evocant, okay. Evocant. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to the popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. Spirits or the coma? Okay, well, we take the scale, take a weight, and we just put on things until we figure out what weighs a pound. Oh, is that it? It seems to be it. Let's just make sure there isn't anything else. Oh, that's slightly under a pound. Oh, wait, we didn't do a check. The doctor, Francesca Robertson. Growing up, Francesca's father was her hero. When he died suddenly and tragically in a mysterious incident, nobody seemed able or willing to give her the answers she demanded, and she grew tired of being fed the same stories that she knew could not be true. As she entered adulthood, she learned how to find things out for herself, and what she learned opened her mind to a world she hadn't known existed. A world of occult maladies and dark articles. She learned about Tormund's paralysis, Hobbs' fear, and the Sapphire Curse, and she learned that these maladies could be cured. Huh, a doctor that believes in the occult. That's different. Well, I guess in this realm of things, it makes sense, yeah? Just make sure there isn't anything that's exact. Because this one wasn't exactly. Yeah, this is like exactly. So it's gotta be it, yeah? How about this? What was that? Whoa! That thing turns blue! It makes it bright blue. What about this thing? Dude, not even close. That's super light. That's super heavy. I do like kind of playing with this, though. That's cool. I do like a weight system. That's gotta be it, though. Evocont. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Dataless Link. Oh, let's go ahead and put you away. Ding! Temperance Parker. I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop and the Guilty Ram last night. Edmund Bishop is this person, yeah? No, that's Eli White. That's Edmund Bishop. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I could tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. A shield charm, okay. Shield charm. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect on an Oshatic spirit or a wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of the thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. It's okay, so you're looking for something that's not a precious metal, so... So let's see... Well... Death, life, paralysis, poison, deception, fear, foresight, protection. Protection, huh? That's cool. Oh, we have a protection symbol on our countertop here. That's important. Let's see. Is there anything that's got protection stuff on it? Oh, this has protection stuff on it. But wait. It's... Whoa, crackling engine. Oh, that's the inner spectrum. Bronze. That's not a valuable weapon. Weapon. A valuable... You know what I mean. Wait a second. What's this one? A cheap metal of some kind. Probably pewter. I think this was it. It's got the protection charm, and it's made out of cheap metal, specifically. Nothing to remark. No response. Let's go with that, then. There we go. This pendant has a symbol of protection. Nice. You know, I might literally start using that particular symbol one day, because that's a pretty cool symbol, I'm not gonna lie. Hugh Langston. There's something I wanted to show you. I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed, all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw a quick map for you. That's an interesting looking map. Well, let's see. Church in a forest. I'm already thinking around this area, but High Green Church 4. Oh no, wait, this. The lake right here. Oh, that's how that goes. Well, is there any other churches? The convent. Unless it's here? Oh. I must be looking at the wrong thing. Surely there's a... Wait a second. What about this? Undermere Church. I didn't even see that. Okay. So, here somewhere? Lake? This lake looks like... Wait a minute. What's this? Lock house. Mossy wood. Getting paranoid of this stuff now. What's number 7? Lock house. This doesn't quite feel right to me. Well, must be it. Okay. The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks out over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest in a mottled green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye as I reach for it, and I notice that there is another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by the ivy. Ooh, very autumny, and kind of like a fat anchor. Interesting. Hey, Verona's back. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house where I've been helping Dr. Robertson and looking for any clues about what happened there. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered Oshadic vessel, but whatever did this was no creeping dark. Oh, he's the guy who wanted the vessel that we gave him. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of, and the ravens, very unusual, but at least they seemed to have dispersed. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleeston Castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behavior. But first, I would like a vestiger. Whatever this is, we don't want it spreading. A vestiger. A vestiger. I'm gonna be calling that different things all through. I'm probably be calling a lot of things different things in this game. A vestiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Well, we know what this is. We literally just had that happen. Using a candle, I'm able to confirm the flames burn blue in its presence. Neat. Fear the banishment of Hobbs' Moonstone Guardian. Cool. Oh, that's the end of the day, and I think also the end of the episode. So let's go ahead and end this day. And 2 days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower. When they made a discovery, their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. Bing! Getting sonar ping sounds. After a disagreement between two houses, I was buried behind lock and key. I remember seeing a lock house in our last search. But anyways, next time we will continue through on this next clue. I want to thank you very much for joining me through this episode. If you enjoyed yourself, please leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. And please subscribe for more of Strange Antiquities. I'm so sorry, I'm going to be mispronouncing that so many times. I'll see you later. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.